Why are we living instead like we are dead? Unlike the Sadducees in this story, we know the ending. Resurrection is not an axiom that is to come later. Resurrection does not mean new life must wait. Jesus' brand is ever living, even when it comes in a form we do not expect, even when resurrection feels like it will not come at all. The times when we are waiting for our paycheck because the government has not reopened, for our canceled flight to be rebooked so that we can be with a loved one, yet we can't get there as more flights are cut. The insurance authorization to be approved for a critical surgery that we have long waited for our home to be rebuilt after a hurricane, for the times when we wonder if those in power will be held accountable. We live in a world with so much at stake, so much in the balance, so much in need of resurrection. Jesus today says resurrection persists in the waiting as we insist on its truth to be reflected in our living. Each week we affirm this truth in the Nicene Creed. We step together into the risen life when we say, we look for the resurrection of the dead and the life of the world to come. When you affirm those words, what comes up for you? In just a few moments after this sermon, we will join together to say these words of the Nicene Creed. And I invite you to hear them, to really hear them, to consider how do these words from the Creed inform our identity, as Jesus says today, to live as children of the resurrection. As I reflected on this passage, I was reminded of one of the first people who welcomed me into the Episcopal Church, my friend Matthew.